Have you ever walked away from a conversation, replaying it over and over in your head, thinking, why didn't I just say how I really felt? Or maybe you didn't speak up because you didn't want to rock the boat, seem dramatic, or make things awkward. But here's the kicker. Avoiding discomfort doesn't make it go away. It just gets buried. And buried emotions, well, they never stay buried for long. So stick with me because I'm diving into why women over 50 especially struggle with setting boundaries, speaking our truth, and what we can do to stop shrinking and start thriving. Now let's be real, most of us weren't taught how to set boundaries. We were taught to be nice, polite, don't upset anyone, keep the peace. So when it comes to saying something like, that didn't feel okay to me, our brain goes into full-blown defense mode. And so we avoid it, we smile and nod, we ghost, we suppress, and we suffer. Not because we're weak, but because we're wired to keep ourselves safe. But here's the thing, safety doesn't mean silence. Now let's talk about what this avoidance really costs us. Resentment that builds up quietly until we explode at someone for loading the dishwasher wrong. Relationships that feel one-sided or exhausting. A deep disconnection from our own truth and the gnawing feeling of, is this all there is? If any of this hits home, let me know in the comments. See, the truth is, avoiding hard conversations doesn't protect the relationship. It protects the discomfort, and the discomfort is where the growth is. Now, midlife is this weird, magical chaos, isn't it? Your kids might be older and probably out of the house. Maybe your marriage feels different. Your body's changing, and let's face it, you're not the same person you were when you were 20. But you might still be that yes person because you don't want to ruffle any feathers, or you may still be the one that doesn't even think of others' feelings and boundaries, and you just still avoid. And isn't it interesting, even though we're older, we still hesitate saying, oh no, I can't help you with that. No, I don't want to talk about it right now. No, I'm not okay how that went down. Why? Because we've spent decades swallowing our truth to the point where we don't recognize the sound of our voice anymore. So what, instead of running from discomfort, we started leaning into it? What if we trained ourselves to get comfortable with uncomfortable conversations? Because growth doesn't happen when it's convenient. It happens in those raw, clumsy, real moments when we say the things we're scared to say with a shaky voice and a pounding heart. And guess what? You survive it. And next time, it gets just a little easier. Let's be honest, most of us were not raised to speak up. We learn to be agreeable, keep the peace, don't rock the boat, but silence has a cost. When you don't speak up, you start to abandon yourself. You stay quiet when something hurts you. You downplay what you need, and you laugh things off that actually break your heart. You pretend it's fine when you're anything but. And over time, that silence builds up. It turns into tension in your chest, that heavy pit in your stomach, and that constant second guessing of yourself. You know, not speaking your truth doesn't protect you. It disconnects you from your body, your needs, your joy, and your power. Honestly, this isn't just about being more confident or setting boundaries. This is about choosing you. Because every time you speak up, you're saying, I matter, my voice matters, my needs matter. And that's a beautiful thing. See, when you speak your truth, even if your voice shakes, something powerful happens. You start honoring yourself. You start releasing the bottled up pain, and you stop pretending and begin to heal. You don't have to tell the whole world, but tell someone or write it down or speak in the mirror, because silence keeps you stuck, and you, my friend, were never meant to stay stuck. So let's talk about boundaries real quick. Now, a boundary isn't punishment. It's not a wall. It's a door with a doorknob on your side. It says, here's how I want to be treated. It says, here's what's okay for me. It says, here's where I end and you begin. And yes, it might make other people uncomfortable, but if someone gets upset because you have needs, then they are benefiting from your lack of them. So let that sink in. Here's how to start, even if this feels terrifying. Number one, use simple language. Something like, that didn't sit right with me, or I need a little time to think about that. 2, write it first. You know, if speaking is hard, then journal it or text it, because writing can build clarity. Number 3, practice micro boundaries, which means start small and say no to something easy, and don't over explain. Number 4, sit in the silence after speaking your truth. Resist the urge to fill the silence. Let it land, even if it feels uncomfortable. And tell me in the comments what's one boundary you're working on right now. So here's the heart of it. You're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to be heard. You're allowed to have needs. You are allowed not to carry everyone else's comfort at the cost of your own peace. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to be a little uncomfortable so that you can finally be free. So if this video stirred something in you, leave a comment, hit the like button and subscribe. And remember this, every time you choose to speak up instead of shut down, you're teaching your nervous system that you've got you right now. And that, my friend, is everything. So from my heart to yours, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.